guys to the brand new episode of the Code Drop. So today we're going to continue with the basics of HTML and we're going to learn about the basic structure of HTML, the elements, the tags we use and the attributes of those tags. So let's get started. Now what we're going to do today is we'll be making a basic HTML file and I'm going to explain you with the file the basic structure of the HTML page. So now let's create a new folder and call it basics, and let's add a new file and we'll call it index.html. As you might remember, we have to click on the window, not on the file, and then click on open with code so that we can use the go live extension. Okay, now we have our text editor open and this is our file index.html. Now what we want to do is we want to explain the basic structure of an HTML page. We start with doc type. So doc type actually helps us to define the type of file we are making. So our type of file is HTML file, so it's doc type of HTML. Now we're going to start with the HTML tag because obviously it's the main container of your web page. Every element you make, every tag you enter, it's all going to come down inside of the HTML tag, and that's why it's super important. Also, you might know about nesting of elements. So what it means is that you can include many child elements inside of a container element. So our HTML is a container element and it has two main child elements. The first one is a head tag. Inside of head tag, we include the metadata we want to use inside of the web page. It might be the title of the web page, it might be the links we want to add, it might be the scripts we want to run, or maybe the style sheets we want to use. Okay, let's add a title for now, and the title will be example title. Now, the second main child of HTML element is the body. Okay, inside the body, we include all the elements we want to display on the page. So there's a key difference between head and body tag, that everything you include in the head tag, it's not visible on the page. For example, let's go live for now and let's see. So you can see that the title we've added, it comes in the title bar of the browser, not inside the page. Okay, so everything we include inside the head tag, it is not displayed in the page, but every element we want to display in the page, we have to add it in the body tag. So for example, let's add a paragraph and let's call it this is a paragraph. Now you can see that this paragraph, it actually comes inside of the page and not outside of the page like the title, which is in the title bar of the browser. Now there are two types of HTML tags available. The first one are container tags. So container tags are basically tags in which we have some content. So for example, this paragraph tag. So we have some content inside of the paragraph tag. It's opening and it's closing. So there's a container tag. We're starting with the p tag and we're ending it with the p tag, and we have some content inside of it. And then we have some empty tags like hr. So what hr does is it actually breaks the sections of the page. So you can see that a line has been drawn beneath the paragraph and it actually denotes that the section has ended. Now we can include another paragraph here and let's say this is second paragraph. So now you can see that there's a break in between the first and second paragraph, and that is due to the empty tag which you're using, which is hr. hr actually stands for thematic break. We can actually say it is section break between the page. Now guys, this is the basic structure of any HTML page you will see. First we have an HTML container, and then we have to start the head tag. We have to add the metadata. For this page we're just adding the title, and then we have the head tag inside of it, and then we have the body tag. We start the body tag, or add all the elements we want to display. We end the body tag, and then we end the HTML tag. Now we have our elements and we have the structure of the website, but the structure of the website alone does not ensure that the website looks good. That depends on the attributes. attributes basically add characteristics to our HTML elements. So let's start by adding a width to the HR tag. So in HR, after giving the space, we have to add an attribute called width. So what it does, it defines the width of the HR tag. So let's write 100. If we don't add any measurement unit like px, pixels, or percent or rem, it will take it as pixels by default. So when you click on save, see that the HR tag's width has been reduced from 100% to just 100 pixels because we haven't defined any measurement unit. If we switch it to 10%, you can see that the size is again changed and it's actually taking 10% of the whole width of the page, not your screen but only of the page. Now let's add a few more elements and discuss the attributes. For example, a tag. It is used to add links to the website. So the main attribute of a tag is the href. Href actually defines the link which you want to go to, the website which you want to go to. Okay, so let's add some text. Go to Google. We'll add the page to Google here. Okay, so let's add, so the href actually stands for hypertext reference. Okay, so anything we include inside of the hypertext reference, it's going to point to that location. For example, if we enter https google.com and we hit the save button, now you can see that there's a link in which it says go to Google. So when we click on it, it opens the Google's website. Now this is the main attribute we want to include in a tag because it actually gives us the link to the web page or the part of the web page you want to go to. Okay, let's add an image and let's add src. Src is an attribute of image file using which we define that which image it has to use. Okay, let's add new.jpeg. So as you know, in the folder we don't have any new.jpg file, so it's going to display just a black mark there. Let's save it and you can see that it's showing a black cross there because there's no image of name new.jpg inside of our folder. Okay, though what if the image is not there? What should we do? We can actually add alternate text for it. So let's add an alternate text by adding the alt attribute. In alternate text, let us write some text here. I'll write alternate text. And now you can see with the image, you can see that there's some alternate text happening. So the alternate text actually tells what the image is all about. Okay, let's add an image in our folder. Let's rename it. We'll call it new.jpg because that's the name of the file we've added. Okay, now you can see that the file is here. You can see the comment here. That's the image we have included here, and the alternate text is gone because we can display the image. But if we rename the file, let's say any.jpg, you can see that the image is gone and instead of that we have the alternate text. So these are the two main attributes you want to include in image tag because they help the user to understand what they are interacting with. Now there are a few points which I would like to make sure you know because these are the basics of an HTML file. So the first thing is that never forget to close your tags. Okay, so if you're starting a tag, for example, I've started this HTML tag, and if I don't end it, it will result in bad output. Okay, so if you open a tag, always remember to end it also. Close the tag. So the second point is that indentation is not necessary in an HTML file, but you should keep your code indented because it helps you to understand the code more clearly and it keeps your code clutter free. So you can search for the part of the code you want to edit easily. Okay, and the third thing is that HTML is not case sensitive. So what I want to say is that HTML capitals and HTML all small. These are the both same things. They work same. There's no difference. Even if I write HT small and then M and L small, it will result in the same output because HTML is not case sensitive. So these are the three main points you should remember. And also I would like to mention about closing of tags, that you can close the container tags. Yeah, but how do you end the empty tags because you don't have anything in between them? So to close an empty tag, you just have to include a backslash before the right angular brace that actually closes the empty tags. So also in the image tag, we can add that backslash and it denotes that the image tag has been closed. So even if it's not actually necessary to close your empty tags, but I recommend doing that because it's the standard we should maintain and we should close all the tags we're making. So that's it for today, guys. Thumbs up if you liked it, subs if you loved it. I'll see you on the next episode of the Code Drop. Bye for now.